Let's learn animals that look similar. Llama and alpaca. Both species are primarily found in Peru and Bolivia. They are part of the camel family, Camelidae. The most noticeable difference between the two animals is their sizes. Alpacas are smaller, around 90 centimeters high at the shoulder, and between 55 and 65 kilograms weight. Llamas are the biggest llamoid at about 120 centimeters at the shoulder, and about 113 kilograms weight. Their faces are also dissimilar. Alpaca ears have short, spear-shaped ears, while llamas have much longer, banana-shaped ears. Llamas have a longer face, and alpaca's face is a bit more blunt, giving them a smushed-in look. Another key difference is their hair. Alpacas have shaggy hair that is used for fleece production. Llama's hair is coarser, and their wool is considered inferior. Raven and crow. Ravens and crows are different birds, yet closely related. Both are highly intelligent birds. Ravens are larger than crows, so they are longer, weigh more, and have greater wingspan. The bill of a raven is also larger. Crows tend to fluff their feathers into a mane, and when a raven fluffs up its breast it looks ragged. Ravens have pointed wings and wedge-shaped tails. But crows have blunt and splayed wings and fan-shaped tails. Ravens thrive on small invertebrates, amphibians, reptiles, small mammals, birds, cattle or sheep carrion, human garbage. Crows prefer birds, fruits, nuts, mollusks, earthworms, seeds, frogs, eggs, nestlings, mice and carrion. Crows generally make the caw sound. Crows are louder and have a harsher sound. A raven has deeper and less piercing sound. Their calls may sound like croak, gronk gronk, talk, and wonk ronk. Hare and rabbit. The rabbit and hare are part of a group called the lagomorphs, with the family name Leporidae. The most visually obvious difference between a hare and a rabbit is its size. Rabbits are much smaller than hares, measuring up to 40 centimeters in length, and weighing 1.2 to 2 kilograms. In comparison, but hares can reach up to 70 centimeters, and weigh from 2 to 5 kilograms. Rabbits and hares are different from the moment they are born. Baby rabbits called kittens or bunnies are born hairless and blind, totally dependent on their mothers. Baby hares called leverets are born with fur and sight, and they can move on their own within an hour of their birth. Hares tend to be larger than rabbits, with longer hind legs, and longer ears, with black markings. While rabbits' fur stays the same color year-round, but hares change color, from brown or gray in the summer, to white in the winter. Rabbits and hares even tend to eat different foods. While rabbits prefer softer grasses and vegetables, but hares like to eat harder bark and twigs. Rabbits can be domesticated and kept as pets, and rabbits tend to be social animals that live in groups. Hares stay wild. This reflects their behavior in the wild. Hares spend most of their time by themselves, only pairing up occasionally to mate. Goose and Duck. The duck and goose belong to the same family of waterfowl, known as Anatidae. These two types of birds live very different lives, especially depending on their individual breeds and ages. The main difference between ducks versus geese lies in their difference in size and weight. Geese are much larger than ducks, and they have elegant long necks, compared to the average length of a duck's neck. The average duck, depending on species, weighs anywhere from 2 to 5 pounds, while geese weigh double that. Ducks often grow anywhere from 15 to 20 inches in length, while geese reach 30 to 50 inches, depending on the specific breed. Ducks have more colorful feathers when compared to geese. While it will always depend on the specific breed, the majority of ducks, especially male ducks, have brightly colored feathers and intricate patterns. Duck versus goose differ in their diet and lifespans. Geese have longer lifespans than ducks, overall, living an average of 8 to 12 years. While ducks live an average of 3 to 8 years total. Geese are primarily herbivores. Geese tend to eat plant matter, both in and out of the water. Ducks are known for their omnivorous diets, while ducks eat a wide variety of fish and crustaceans, depending on their breed and local environment. Tortoise and turtle. Turtles and tortoises are some of the oldest living reptiles, having roamed the earth for more than 200 million years. The main difference between turtles and tortoises comes down to where they live. Tortoises are exclusively land dwellers. Usually in deserts, forests, or grasslands. Unless they are bathing or drinking, tortoises avoid water because they can't swim. While turtles spend most of their time in the water, either in oceans or freshwater bodies around the world, only coming to land to lay eggs. Turtles have a more streamlined shell, flatter and thinner than a tortoise shell, that helps reduce drag while swimming underwater. Their legs are similar to flippers with webbed feet that allow them to swim with ease. Tortoise thick and chunky legs are designed to carry them across land. They are sturdy, thick, and not unlike elephant legs. They have a solid base and claws at the end of their feet. Another major difference between turtles and tortoises is their diet. Tortoises are mainly herbivorous, chomping on cacti, grass, fruit, weeds and other vegetations. While turtles consume everything in their path, omnivore, including fish, small invertebrates, seaweed, or aquatic algae. Turtles have got a streamlined shell that is thicker near the head and tapers down towards the base. The shells of land-dwelling tortoises are taller, heavier, and more domed in shape. The main function of a tortoise's shell is protection. Leopard and jaguar. Leopards and jaguars are both part of the Panthera genus. They are different species of big cat. The easiest and quickest way to figure out if you are looking at a jaguar or a leopard is by location. They live on completely different continents. If the spotted cat happens to be in South and Central America, from Mexico to northern Argentina, it's definitely a jaguar. And, if you see a spotted big cat in Africa, Asia, the Middle East or Russia, it will be a leopard. Leopards are the only known big cat that carries its dead prey into a tree. Leopards also climb, jump, out of trees head first. Both cats are strong, skillful predators. However, jaguars are typically more willing than leopards to fight a larger animal species. But, leopards, by contrast, will usually run away from larger creatures, like lions, pythons, or even hyenas. Jaguars and leopards are skilled swimmers, but jaguars will actively spend time in water. Whereas leopards will, generally try to avoid, being in the water, as much as possible. Jaguars have large heads with a broad forehead, wide jaws, massive teeth, and a round shape to their faces. It uses its powerful jaws to crush the skulls of its prey, or to sever the spinal column, with a forceful bite at the back of the neck. It uses its powerful jaws to crush the skulls of its prey, or to sever the spinal column, with a forceful bite at the back of the neck. The size and patterns on each animal's tail can be another distinguishing feature. The tail of a jaguar is typically shorter than the tail of a leopard. A jaguar's tail patterns are also unique. The rosette patterns on the tail may appear to merge, forming a band around the tail. Jaguars and leopards have very similar looking coats. There are some noticeable differences between the two. Both animals have rosette patterns on their coats. A leopard's rosettes are solid. A jaguar's coat will have spots inside the rosettes. The rosettes on a jaguar's coat are usually much larger, whereas a leopard's rosettes are typically very closely spaced together. Wasp and bee. Both bees and wasps are extremely valuable to man and the environment. Their ability to help pollinate plants is well documented. Bees and wasps appear very similar. They have similar coloration and striped markings. Up close, observe the striking differences that set them apart. Bees are rounder with fuller bodies, thicker legs, and most notably fuzzy hairs. These hairs help them collect pollen. Wasps are slimmer, have narrower waists, and thin legs. Their bodies are smooth and shiny, without hairs on them. Bees are not meat eaters, and do not consume prey insects or spiders. Rather, they consume plant pollens and nectar from flowering plants. For most of the year, wasps are predators, and feed other arthropods and insects to their young. But, in late summer and fall, when queens stop laying eggs, and their nest declines, they are more interested in collecting sweets and other carbohydrates. Bees make their nests from wax. Bees build large nests, with parallel lobes of honeycomb. Honeybees are social insects, and live in a nest which may contain several thousand workers. Wild honeybees make hives in rock crevices, hollow trees, and other areas that scout bees believe are appropriate for their colony. Unlike wasps and bumblebees, the honeybee's nest survives for many years. Wasps and bumblebees only use their nests for 1 year, because they have annual life cycles. Only a few specialized wasps reuse old nests. Wasps build single oval structures, with an opening at the bottom. And while wasp nests have lower populations, wasps will settle anywhere. You can often find wasp nests in wall cavities, roof spaces, under caves, hollow trees, rock crevices, or man-made structures. A final difference between wasps and bees is their stings. Honeybees have barbed stingers that become lodged in their target. As a result, they can only sting once. They also only attack in self-defense. Wasps may be more aggressive, and can sting multiple times. In all varieties of bees and wasps, it is only the female that can sting. Seals, and sea lions. Both seals and sea lions, together with the walrus, are pinnipeds, which means fin-footed in Latin. They are mammals, which means that they have live young, produce milk, and have hair, or fur, on their bodies. While seals and sea lions have much in common, there are many notable differences. The average weight of a male harbor seal is about 300 pounds, and they are about 6 feet long. While a male California sea lion weighs on average 700 to 800 pounds, and is 7 to 8 feet long. The average weight of a female harbor seal is about 200 pounds, and they are about 5 feet long. While a female sea lion weighs, on average 225 pounds, and is 6 feet long. Harbor seals are short, hairy, webbed front flippers with claws. Whereas sea lions have long, hairless, clawless, and mostly skin-covered, foreflippers. Seals lack external ears, they have a tiny ear hole on each side of their head. Whereas sea lions have small flaps for outer ears. Seals have spotted coats in a variety of shades, from white, or silver gray to black, or dark brown. While sea lions are brown, their color ranges from chocolate brown in males to a lighter, golden brown in females. When swimming, seals use their back flippers for power, and their front flippers for steering. The hind flippers of seals angle backward and don't rotate. This makes them fast and graceful in the water. Sea lions are the opposite, using their foreflippers for power, and their back flippers for steering. Seal can only move on land by wiggling awkwardly on their belly. Sea lions, on the other hand, are able to walk on land by rotating their hind flippers forward and underneath their big bodies. Seals are less social than their gregarious sea lion cousins. Seals never touch each other, with the exception of the time when a mom bonds with her newborn pup. Whereas sea lions are happy to pile on top of each other when hauling out on the rocks or sand. Seals are quiet, vocalizing only via soft grunts, while sea lions are quite noisy, they bark a lot. Thanks for watching. See you on next video.